All right, we're beginning our lesson on consumer math. This unit is on consumer math. So the reason it's called consumer math is a consumer is someone who buys goods, and those people are like us who go out to the store. Anything dealing with purchasing and that kind of thing and some everyday math is called consumer math. Now, some of you are going to, we're going to look at the value of a set of coins or bills. Of course, you guys, I'm sure most of you can recognize bills without a problem. So some of this is going to seem elementary to you, but just hang in there. But then to be able to count a set of coins and bills is very important everyday life skill for yourself and for a lot of jobs that you'll get. So, of course, the value of coins, like I said, this is probably a big review for you. So a penny's worth 1 cent, a nickel, 5 cents, a dime, 10 cents, a quarter, 25 cents, and a $50, something that we don't see much, but it's worth 50 cents. So these are the values of the coins, which you probably already knew, of course. Then the $10 bill, here's a sample of a $10 bill, a $20 bill, a $50 bill, and a $100 bill. So those are some of the different bills. We also have a $5 bill, of course, and a $1 bill. And so we have the different values of all the different bills that we can have. Most of the money that you will deal with in everyday life is the $1, then 5, 10s, and 20s. And sometimes if you're working at a place of business and they make a large purchase and they want to give you cash, they may hand you a $100 bill or a $50 bill. But most of our smaller purchases, we're going to use those smaller amounts. So what we want to be able to do is to take a problem like this, and we want to be able to follow what we need to do to be able to count up how much money that is. So we have right there a $50 bill. So what you want to start with is you want to start with your largest bills first and go from the largest to smallest bills and add those up. So we only have a $50 bill. So we're going to have $50, and then we have some cents. So we have a $50 bill, and then we want to do our largest to smallest coins and add those up. So you want to practice adding up coins, knowing that for quarters, you're going to have 1 quarter is 25 cents, 2 quarters is 50 cents, 3 quarters is 75 cents, and 4 quarters is $1. So you want to know that, and then you want to go from there. So I'm going to start here. We got a quarter, that's 25 cents. And then I have a dime, so I'm going to go up 10 more cents. So 25 and 10 more is 35 cents. So I got my 10 cent here, and this is 1, and there's a nickel. So I'm going to start with my biggest coin personally, and we're going to do 25 cents. 10 more would make 35. 5 more would make 40, 41, 42. So I have 42 cents. So the total here is $50.42. So what you want to get to is through practice, working with coins as much as possible, get to where you can count like that, to where you can count up the coins and you can count up the dollars. Because although we use a lot of technology in the workplace today, and you will have a cash register, it will tell you how much to give back, but it won't tell you what combinations to do that with. And that's what we're going to be. So we're going to work on this one. We have a $10 bill and a $2 bill. Those are kind of rare. My grandfather gave me a $2 bill one time, but I haven't seen one in a very, very long time. So a $10 bill and 2 more is $12. Then I'm going to have a decimal, and if this doesn't go over $1, I'm good. So I have 2 quarters. So remember I told you we got to know how much 2 quarters is worth. We got to know what our quarters are worth. So that's 50 cents right there. And then we have a dime right here. So that's going to be 60 cents. Then we're going to count by 5s next. So you got to know how to count by 5. So we're going to count by 5 and 5 more. So 60, 65, 70. So knowing how to count by 5s and 10s and quarters is going to be important in this change. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pennies. So that's going to be 74 cents. So again, I'm starting with the largest bills to the smallest bills and adding those up. And then to the largest to the smallest amount of coins, and I'm going to add those up. So here's a lot more money this time. So I see a $20 bill. Then working my way down is a $10 bill. So I got to be able to count by 10. So 20 and 10 more is 30. Then I have a 5. So to go from 30 and to count by 5s, that's 35. 2 more is 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So again, I counted my bills starting from the largest to the smallest. Now if we look right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. Well, 4 quarters make another $1. So I'm up to $42. Because 4 quarters, that will make me have another $1. Well, then I have a dime, that's 10 cents. And I have 3 5s. So I got to go 10, 15, 20, 25. So I'm up to 25 cents, 26, 27 cents. So it's going to be $42.27. So again, I want to work from largest to smallest when I'm doing this. So here I have a $20 bill and another 20. Well, 20 and 20 is 40. So that mental math that I'm working on, if it doesn't come easy to you, that's okay. Practice, 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 because this consumer math and counting money is going to be very important on a lot of jobs. So that's 20 and 20 is 40. Then there are 2 more, be 42, 43, 44, and I messed this one up because I missed one. So let's start that one over. I missed the $5 bill if you didn't see that. So I have my 20, and 20 more is 40. Then I want to go to 45 because of the 5. Then this will be 46, 47, 48, 49. So right now I'm at 49, and we got to look at our coins. Well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. That's going to put another $1 on there, so I'm up to $50. And then I start looking at my dimes. So there's 10 cents right there. Then I've got some 5s. I got some nickels, so we're counting by 5. So we start with 10 because we have 10 cents. Then we go 15, 20, 25, 30, and one more is 31. So $50.31. Again, I hope that I'm not making this seem like you should be able to do it quickly. This takes practice to count money. This time I have 2 $5 bills, so 5 and 5 is 10, 11, 12, 13. So I have $13 so far. This time I only have 2 quarters, so remember we got to know that 2 quarters is 50 cents. Then go to your dimes, that's 60 cents, 65, 70, 71, 72, 73, and 74. So it's $13.74 that I've added up. In the next one, I have a $5, 2, and 1. So that's $5, $6, $7, $8. I have 1 quarter. That's worth 25 cents. And then I got a dime, so that'll take me up to 35 cents. 40, 45. So 25 here. This makes 35. Then I'm going to go up by 5s, which is 40, 45. Then I have 46, 47. So I have $8.47 in that picture. Okay, this one has a lot more in it. So if we look, we have a $20 bill here. Okay, then I have a $10 bill here. And if you have to, I've got a $20 bill and I've got a $10 bill. You can do it this way, but it's helpful. We've got a $5 bill there. So this is blurry. And another $5 bill here. And another $5 bill here. And another $5 bill here. So I have 4 $5 bills. So that's $20 more. Then I have a 2 and a 1, so that's worth $3. So I have 20, 30, 40, 50, 3. 20, 30, 40, 50, 53. So I have $53 on this one. I have 1, 2, 3 quarters. So that's those 3 quarters is 75 cents. And then I have 85 cents, 95 cents, and so I can round it out to $1. That's what I look for. So this is the first problem where I would look for a combination of 2 dimes and a nickel, which also make a quarter. So I have 1, 2, 3 quarters, and then 2 dimes and a nickel makes a 4th quarter. So that's going to be another $1. So I'm up to $54 because I have 3 quarters. But since I have 3 quarters and I have a combination of 2 dimes and a nickel that make a quarter, that's my 4th quarter. And that would be $54. Then I have a dime of 10 cents, 11 cents, 12 cents. So $54.12. And the next one I have a 20 and a 10 and a 5 and then a 2 and a 1 add up to 3. So I have 20, count by 10, 30. 30 and 5 is 35, and 3 more is 38. But you can do this. 5 and 3 is 8, 2 and 3 is 30, so it's 38. Now remember what I showed you before, we have 3 quarters here. But if I can take 2 dimes and 1 nickel, that makes another quarter, but I don't have another combination of 2 dimes and a nickel. Also, if I had 5 nickels, that would be a quarter. If I had 25 pennies, that would be a quarter. But here I have 3 quarters and then 2 dimes and a nickel, so that's enough to make a whole nother $1, so I'm up to $39. Then I have 10 cents, 5 more is 15, 16, 17, 18. Now, I'm just showing you about starting from the highest to the lowest and also looking for quarter combinations because if you have more than $1 and change, then you're going to go up another $1. And you will use this a lot in life if you will practice counting money. So that's what we're doing today. It's just going back. This is something that you'd usually do in math in elementary school a long time ago, but then we don't use it much. And now you're getting ready to go out in the real world, and you're going to have to know and be able to feel comfortable counting money. So enjoy today practicing counting money with your class. Do that through any kind of online programs. Do that through the worksheet that I'm about to give you. If your teacher was able to obtain some play money, you can work with that. Just work with counting multiple over and over again today. Just practice on counting money. Have a great day.